I signed up because my wife went last year and she said it was a great experience. And my son, who's 13 and going into 8th grade, really wanted me to go. Luckily, the sign up was way ahead of time, so because as it came closer to the time, I started having second thoughts and thinking, I don't have the time to do this. I got a lot going on at work. And I had a lot of excuses, but I'm thankful that I went because it was definitely life-changing. I grew even more in my faith, just seeing these kids and them growing in their faith and accepting Christ and just taking time out of everything that I usually am involved with during the week, work and, family and all those things where you're running here and there, and just taking time to read my Bible and do devotions and hear these speakers. And the message was just conveyed over and over and over again. Taking time out was a big thing for me. The speakers were amazing. We had a speaker in the morning and a speaker in the afternoon every day, and they just made the message very simple. And sometimes as adults we try to make it a little bit more complex than it really is. And adults seem to want to understand everything about the faith, and sometimes it's just you need a simple message that can really get across, and see that getting across to kids. And it was an amazing experience to see these kids absorbing the message and hearing it myself. And I had the opportunity to talk with a few of the speakers outside of that and thank them and encourage them that this message that they're giving to middle schoolers is also reaching the adults that are there, and these mentors that are there can then take that message and give those examples that they gave, and be recharged and come back and be able to share God's word. One of the things that I took away from this week is that you want your kids to be plugged in with other kids that are like-minded, and and develop a safe place for your kids where they can just have fun and not have to worry about peer pressure and all the other things that middle schoolers are exposed to. By doing this, you're not only developing relationships with these middle schoolers that you can have that will go for years to come, but you're also helping form a safe place for these kids, and they could invite their friends and continue to grow in their faith together, because they can't do it on their own. It takes time to develop the relationships with these middle schoolers, to develop trust, and so middle schoolers that were there that I didn't know at the beginning of the week, by the end of the week we had really formed a tight bond, and I wouldn't have put that time in had it not been for being thrown together for that week, basically 24/7, because there wasn't a lot of sleep. So I would just encourage everybody to go to Great Escape, send their kids to Great Escape at least once. It's just a great, very organized program that has been going on, I think, for 32 years. And they do it right. Professional speakers, professional musicians, and the message is great. And I wish I would have had that message when I was a middle schooler. Also, if you're worried about your kids going away for the first time, it's a great experience for them to have some freedom, because they did have a lot of freedom. And also it's a time where you and your spouse could spend some time together, and hopefully send the kids away, and that way you can have some time together, which we rarely have.